the first problem was the negative 2x times x cubed times 4 times x cubed. So what we really had, it was negative 2 times 4 and x to the 3 plus 4. So what we ended up with was negative 8 times x to the 7th. So that's on the first problem. So now that is on. It will be on tonight, hopefully. And then we'll move to the second problem.
Parentheses 2x, is that
Second.
to the second power, y to the third power, parentheses 4, or to the fourth power.
The fourth power. Okay,
Right.
good. So this one is another, it's a power of a power problem. So this one, remember, everybody on the block gets the paper. All right? In other words, each one of these is 4. There's 4 2's. There's 4x squares. There's 4 y cubes. Right? If we wrote that out, it would be all long. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do the easy way, and that is everybody on the block gets the paper. We get to distribute it. Okay? So I'm going to say that that equals 2 to the 4th and x to the 2 times 4. And in this case, it's 2 to the 1 times 4, right? Because there was a 1 there, right? So, and then 2 times 4, and then y to the 3 times 4, which equals 2 to the 4th, x to the 8th, y to the 12th.
Yeah.
And then I have to figure out what 2 to the 4th is. Remember, that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
Okay.
Right? So you have to remember that this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, which is 8 times 2. So it's really, you know, 2, we can see that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is really 16.
Right.
Okay? So it's really 16x to the 8th, y to the 12th. And there you go. And I'll leave that up for you to... And then at home you get to pause. So at that point, pause it, write it, and then you get to hit play and move on. Nice thing about being at home. What's the next one?
Oh,
Problem number 3.
12x to the 6th power over 2x to the 2nd power.
Good. Okay. So, well, I won't go too fast because I want you guys to get that stuff down. But I want to talk about this. This is really the other power rule. Remember that if we divide. Now here's the cool thing with numbers. We don't have to worry about powers. We just do the numbers, right? So 12 divided by 2 is 6, right? But then with letters, we use our power rule. So x to the 6th minus 2. So when we divide, we subtract exponents. When we divide powers with the same base, we subtract exponents. So now we get 6 to the x to the 4th. Does that make sense? Okay? So with numbers, we just divide. 12 divided by 2, 6. And then with the letters, we have to use our power rule. Okay? So now, let you guys catch up with that, and I'll move it over to here. Oh, I think this is going to work. It's going to take some manipulation. I think it's going to work. Okay, so, oh, and I still have all your great tests. Great. The next one, can you read that to me?
Parentheses 6x to the 4th power, y to the 0 power, over 2x to the 2nd power, y to the 2nd power, parentheses To the third power. All of it. To the, well, it's on the top.
The top two?
Right. The parentheses is all around it, and then it's the third, yeah.
So like that.
Right.
Sweet. All right, so what's our rule? Our order of operations? Parentheses. Yeah, they come before exponents, right? So I'm going to do what's in the parentheses first. Okay? So parentheses. Parentheses. So PEMDAS. Okay, parentheses, then exponent, then multiplication, division, from left to right, and then addition, subtraction, from left to right. Okay, so the first step is parentheses, so I need to do what's in here first. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, I'm still going to have parentheses though, so I'm going to put those down. Okay, x and x, so x to the 4th minus x to the 2, which is 4 minus 2. And then y to the 0 minus 2, all raised to the 3rd power. Okay, so 4 minus 2, 0 minus 2. Boom. Then, do the math. 3 to the x to the 2nd, and y to the negative 2. All raised to the 3rd power. And then here we got parentheses are done, so now we do exponents. The exponents in the parentheses are done, so we do the exponent on the outside, and everybody on the block gets the paper. So we have, remember there's a 1 there, so it's really 3 to the 1 times 3. It's x to the 2 times 3, and it's y to the negative 2 times 3. And then what that's going to equal is 3 to the 3rd x to the 6th, and y to the negative 6th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that over here. 3 to the 3rd, x to the 6th, y to the negative 6th. And I'm going to continue working this way now. So all I did was take this down to here, and then I took this, and I'm bringing it right to there. And then we're going to continue working it to the right. Okay? So, now I want to see what happens, and I need to, what is 3 to the 3rd? Well, that is 3 times 3 times 3, right? Which is, 9 times 3, which is 27. So I have 27 x to the 6th, y to the negative 6th, and then I got to remember, hey, I have a negative sign there. Let's try to make it a little more visible. I have a negative sign there. Okay? So I have to remember, I got 27 x to the 6th over y to the 6th. Because this negative sign is I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring it down below and make it positive. Good, kind of good?
I did it.
Good.
I did the first page.
And you oh, okay. So you got it. Good. Okay. Okay. Where are we at on the page?
5.
5? Okay, that's good. Okay, 5. How many minutes on this? 11. 11. Okay, 5.
In parentheses, 5x to the negative second, y to the third, parentheses, to the negative 3.
Okay, again, let's just deal with the math. So, everything on the inside done?
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody on the block gets the paper. So the parentheses are done. Now it's exponents. Okay, so now I've got 5 to the 1 times negative 3, right? And x to the negative 2 times negative 3. And y to the 3 times negative 3. And I get 5 to the negative 3, x to the 6th, and y to the negative 9. And now, I just put my negatives down below. X to the 6th, 5 to the 3, y to the 9. I got one more step, so I'm going to bring this over. X to the 6th, 5 to the 3, y to the 9. Okay, and my next step is, I need to figure out what this is. 5 times 5 times 5 is 25 times 5, which is
125.
125. So, I got x to the 6th over 125, y to the 9th. Not bad.